So one of the things I really love to do when you have extra vegetables, like we're headed out of town. It's our 40th birthday, so we're going on a cruise. So I want to use the vegetables in my fridge, as well as whole milk ricotta that I have, it expires like in like 4 days. And then just some cured meats that we had already opened. I've got a red pepper, an onion. I'm gonna do some green olives. And just, also I have some corn that I may put on. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the meal prep tonight because tomorrow's gonna be a pretty busy day. So always wash your hands. Be sure you are holding your knife with your fingers curled, never like this. It's just a little safer. I like to use even the part around the top of the pepper. You don't want to waste it, but go ahead and give it a wash. And then anything that you have left over goes in the compost pile. Had some beautiful compost this year. I can't wait to show you my garden. And then just do a nice quick slice so that your pepper opens up. And then you can just sort of go along the ribs and take out the entire center in one swoop. Compost pile. You may want to consider taking out the ribs. Try to always slice away from your hand. And then what you can do is just slice this up. And you know, red pepper's nice because while it doesn't have any heat, they're nice and sweet, which would go really nice with the ricotta cheese and kind of the salty meats that we have. Okay, so we have some nice red pepper. Let's go ahead, I think probably like half of this onion, and I like slices. That is an enormous onion. So go ahead and get the top off, and we'll peel it, bottom. Again, anything that is waste goes into compost. Put that in our little container. Maybe just one more slice, sorry, I've been battling allergies. All right, so there's two of our nice ingredients. I actually have these left over from my father-in-law because he likes a good gin martini. Well, he's not gonna be around either, so I thought, hey, why not just use them? So I'm gonna go ahead and drain them and just like, you know, slice them up just like you would have on a pizza. If you like black olives, do black olives. If you don't like olives, again, this is your pizza. You get to build what you want, but get creative. Look in all the nooks and crannies. I think I even have pickled banana peppers in there. That would be nice. Welcome back to day 2 of pizza making. I have a store-bought crust that I froze actually for a little while, but you can get this at Trader Joe's. It's called the organic dough, and it's the Italian herb. So I'm gonna make actually 2 small pizzas. So let's go ahead and open this up. And if you don't really know how to work with an ingredient, don't be afraid to do a YouTube video. Now this is not what I have learned on YouTube, but I have also learned you do not want to touch your dough too much. So I just cut the wrapper off. I have a little bit of flour that I'm gonna put on my hands, just so it's not too sticky. And I'm not gonna work this too much. Let's get a little bit on the table here. But I am gonna try to pull it into a ball rather than sort of its natural shape. So all you wanna do is pull down and tuck in. Pull down, tuck in. And we'll make it into 2 balls. You just don't wanna overwork it because there's a lot of air in there. All right, and this is a marble surface that I went ahead and sterilized. Always wash your hands with soap. Okay, so we're gonna pull down, pull together. Pull down, pull. Okay, so at this stage, we're going to clean up a little bit, put bowls over our balls, and let them rise for about 20 minutes. So the great thing about this is my dishwasher is located just here, and I ran it, so it's not hot and it's not steaming, but it's warm. Okay, let's check back in about 20 minutes and I'll clean up. Okay, so one of our dough balls looks really good. Here's how you know. You push down in the middle, and if it doesn't give back, that means it's ready to be pushed out into a pizza crust. So let's get started. Rather than stretching it, you're really just kneading it outward. So we talked about how the great thing about pizza is you can sort of use up the ingredients that you may have in your fridge. Like fresh herbs or like tomatoes. We have jalapenos here. We have some herbs. And then I have this ricotta cheese. And we're going to use it on our pizza, but we want to make it into a mixture that has some flavor. So I have 15 ounces here, and we're going to put it into the bowl and add our fresh herbs. You can add anything you like. The recipe that I looked at called for parsley, but I have a lot of cilantro, so I'm going to use cilantro. You don't actually want to use basil at this step because basil breaks down so easily. Has a lot of water in, so we're going to use fresh basil for the top of the pizza once it comes out. So this one has cilantro. I'm not putting any salt into it until I taste it. Okay, let me check my pizza crust. We've got our crust that we baked for about 7 minutes. You can see that that's got a little bit of texture to it. I lost one little bubble here, but I think that'll be okay. Let's start with our cheese mixture. So you know this is the ricotta with the cilantro. You could use something like parsley. Let's do a wee bit of sauce. This is just a nice pizza sauce that we tend to use. And I like to dollop a little bit rather than just like throw it all in the middle and spread it, because especially if you're putting it on top of your cheese, you need to do it more in this style. And our tomatoes. Let's do our onions actually next. They came out of the microwave really nicely. So they're sort of soft. You can definitely smell that nice sweet red onion aroma. Let's put on some red peppers. So these are turning out to be veggie pizzas. I was gonna put the meat on them, but we actually just used that for a bit of a appetizer. And I have some fresh green beans from the garden. I think that would be nice with the green beans. A little bit of like kind of fried cured meat. So we're putting on our green olives. Wow, this looks good. And don't forget a few jalapenos. Now I actually did not take, and I want to really be careful about how I place these, because you don't want like a ton of them in one bite, but I did not take the seeds out. And always remember, before I started building this, I washed my hands again. Soap, water, take time to wash your hands, hot water. And then when I wash my hands, I know you might think it's wasteful, but when I wash my hands, I will use a paper towel because you know that that is clean. And you can always compost your paper towels. Okay, so that looks really pretty. Let's go ahead with a bit of olive oil. Just a teeny bit. And if you want to drizzle like just a little, like do it from a paella. There we go. And we will do salt. Again, a nice even layer if you go up high. And some pepper. Let's put it in. So, pizza peel is not great, but you can see the crust has a little bit of golden on it. Very nice. And the vegetables are done just perfectly. So remember, do your onions and peppers maybe in the microwave ahead of time. And then this will kind of settle down and we'll cut it nicely.